One guy that didn't want to settle for overtime, he went for two late in the fourth quarter, is Jason Dobbs. He is the head coach for Moore County. He joins us on the Gilly Crane hotline. Coach Dobbs, congratulations on the win, sir.
Thanks, sir.
You had some problems holding on to the football, and especially in the first half. Talk about going for two there at the end. Did you have a good play, or did you just want to keep the momentum?
I had some good plays on my sheet. We called timeout, and the guys talked me into running another play, and I was kind of hesitant about it. I was like, "Are you guys sure this is what y'all want to do?" And they were like, "Yes, Coach, we'll get it in." And we ran a quarterback sneak in for two, and I was amazed, just the effort of the kids. We probably played as bad as we could have played tonight. We had 5 turnovers. At halftime, we had 183 yards rushing. They had 58 yards of total offense, and we were down a point. So that'll kind of give you an idea of where we were at. We just, every time we get something going, we turn it over, and proud of the guys for overcoming adversity. We had a few guys get hurt this evening that our thoughts and prayers are with right now, waiting to hear on a couple of them. So hopefully we'll get good news on them, and we'll see where that goes.
We're talking to Jason Dobbs. He's the head ball coach down at Moore County, taking on a Cannon County team that's a much improved team. You guys played them last year up in Woodbury. Talk about the improvement of Cannon County since last year.
They're a different ball club this year for sure. They're doing a really good job, and I talked to Coach Daniels after the game, and they've had a few kids transfer in. I know they got a really good running back that transferred in from DeKalb County, and he is as good as advertised. He runs the ball exceptionally hard and plays really good on defense downhill, and they got things headed in the right direction over in Cannon County for sure.
And you got to feel good for that. And the community, the Woodbury community, Lynchburg are roughly the same size. You guys know you've coached against that, and you've also coached with that kind of situation where you're kind of a slave to population trends, aren't you?
You are. That is exactly right. They're a little bigger school. I believe they're 3A, and of course we're single A over here. So, they got a few more to choose from. I think they had some kids. I was told, I haven't talked to the coach, that they had a kid move in from Siegel, which is I'm sure helping them when you come from a big 6A program like that, and of course the kid from DeKalb County, and of course they've always had a pretty good nucleus of kids. I can remember when I coached against them when I was at Trousdale County. I won't ever forget the name Ricky Caliponi. He was a running back that was really good for them, and I think I heard his name about 400 times, it seemed like, that night standing on their press box.
We're talking to Jason Dobbs, the head coach at Moore County. Talk about who some of your stars were, especially in the comeback win.
Well, John Michael Moore played exceptionally well. Dylan Knight was playing exceptionally well for us. He went down with an injury, so we're still waiting to hear about him. And of course, Garrett Jennings, our quarterback, he's a special kid. He was the one that wanted to run the quarterback sneak, and he told me he would get it in. He promised, Coach. And he did. He held true to his word, and I'm sitting over there going, really? I mean, this whole play sheet I got right here, this is what y'all want to run on fourth down, for a 2-point play. And we had a couple of big fourth down conversions. Ethan Sweeten played well. Lost Dylan Vassar. He went down, one of my backs. He had a good night going up until, it was questionable tackle. They tackled him up by the head and pulled him backwards, kind of like a horse collar, and hurt his knee. So we'll find out more about him in the morning. And Bryson Dobbs played exceptionally well, and had a big interception right at the end from Dylan Scruggs. So we got some youth on the field, and some of them stepped up and played well.
I started to bring this up a couple of weeks ago when we had you on and got run out of time, but I remember seeing you guys in the old Duck River Valley Conference right after you took the Moore County job. This was a team that had not won much, and you basically had to teach them to expect to win, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I tell people, a good friend of mine, Kyle Shoulders, when he took the Red Bull in Springs job, he called me and he was like, Coach, what's going to be my biggest obstacle? And I said, making kids believe they can win. And he was like, what are you talking about? I said, just trust me. I said, winning to me, it's probably 80% mental.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of talent. But once you get kids believing, and that's why, like tonight, we took a big step towards that when they come to the sideline in a timeout and they say, Coach, this is what we want to run. We'll get the 2-point conversion. And I said, okay, guys, if that's what y'all believe in, let's go do it. And they went and did it. So they start believing in themselves. And, that's a big step towards building that winning mentality.
You travel to Fayetteville next week. Fayetteville has really been scuffling this year. I think they lost their quarterback to injury. But they're a talented bunch. They're going to...
They're very talented.
You're not going to be able to look past them, are you?
No, they're very athletic. They, they're kind of in the same boat as I am. We've got a few kids beat up and injured. I think we got 5 starters right now from the beginning of the season that are out with injury. So you're talking about a single A school that's got 35, 36 kids on a team, and you take 5 starters out. You don't know what's going to happen. So. We will not take them lightly by any shade of the imagination. It's a rivalry game in a sense to us. They're right down the street, and we're going to have to go to work and get better for sure.
Well, I'm going to let you get off here and get to work then, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Man, thank you. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you holding through the break. And love you. Keep up the great work down there at Moore County, okay?
Thank you, buddy.
See ya.
Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, too. That is Jason Dobbs, the head coach for Moore County.